morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday. Hold on. May 14th. And today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, Nvidia, IMST, SMCI, and frickin' PLTY. So let's get to it. Well, hold on. MSTY prospectus just got adjusted. What the heck is going on here, you know? So a user, or Discord user, Hobo, shout out to Hobo, I forget his Hobo something, his full name, Shobo, or sorry, I'm butchering your name, but thank you for sending me this. Where are we at here? So they're modifying their prospectus, MSTY is, and it is effective immediately. I downloaded this from the website directly, and of course, yeah, it shows only one page, but that's all we need. It just shows that they're adding additional investment strategies. So in addition to the option strategies described here within, the fund may use the following additional strategies to gain exposure to the underlying security. So they're saying basically they could do swaps to add exposure to the underlying. Additional option strategy, which says they may utilize additional option strategies, including purchasing calls that are deep in the money. This is freaking awesome, man. It is. It's a beautiful thing. So obviously they're trying to capture part of this freaking bull run, man. And it, the bull run could stop now and come back, but at least they're going to be ready next time or whenever this happens, or it may not stop, right? It may just keep going. So again, they're just opening it up for more options here. No pun intended there, but anyway. And then we have equity securities. Now this is new. The fund may purchase equity securities of the underlying. They may purchase the underlying. Now again, this is all good stuff because it just allows them to do, allows them the freedom to do more. And that's what we want. That's why we love Ulti, because Ulti, you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want, right? We say here's our money, trade away. Now MSTY, again, they're limited to MSTR, of course, but again, we want them to, make money from options trading and try to capture the most upside, that you can of the underlying. So again, if you're interested in reading this, it's on the YieldMax website under MSTY, under prospectus. Are they doing this to others? I don't know. Go check. I didn't have time to look. But if you find out, let me know. Leave it in the comments. All right. So per popular demand, we're going to do pre-market in the beginning going forward. So let's get to it. All right. Tesla's up 1.76%. It's at 339.94. TSLY is up 1.25%, 974. Nvidia is up 1.7%, 132. Nvidia is up 1.53%, 1657. Coin is taking a chill pill, as it should. It's down 1.48%, 253.10. CONY, cone heads. What's up, CONY heads? It's down 0.93%, 849. MSTR also taking a chill pill. It's down 2.48%, 411. And then MSTY is down 1.89%, 2340. T to the S to the L to the L is up 3.47%. I mean, relax, buddy. You're killing me. You're blowing through my freaking calls here. They're at 1459. TNA, because I'm TNA. I'm dynamite. Sorry. Can't help myself. I don't know. Anyway, they're down 0.84%, 3069. Bitcoin is down 1.63%, 103,000. By the way, if you hear noise in the background, it is freaking pouring. It's pouring, man. So I can't wait to drive an hour in the rain. Yay. Anyway, BitX is down 3.42%, 52 bucks. Soxol is up 0.22%, 1864. SMCI, oh my, what in the hell? It is up 8.36%, 4214. Obviously, I missed something. SMCY is up 6.22%, 1998. Palantir is down 0.09%, 127.99. PLTY, are you freaking kidding me? It's up to 0.14%, $70.75. UPRO is down 0.19%, 79.22. And then we got a TQQQ is down 0.1%, 69.07. So that's the update on the pre-market. If we need to go back and reference this, we will. But pretty much everything is up except MSTR and Coin and the indexes, right? The other individuals are up, it looks like. But anyway, so let's get to it, man. Let's get to the fun stuff here. We're going to start with MSTY, right? So who had trades, though? Let's look at that first, right? TSLY, yeah, they had trades. I would say so. Oh, my God. Nvidia, did they have trades? Yeah, I would say so as well. Holy crap. CONY, yeah, man. They freaking... oh, my goodness. If I was covering them normally, I would run away. I'd bang my head on the wall at this very moment. Gotta lower the heater, man. Whew. I need it, but it's too hot. All right, here's MSTY. MSTY had trades. MSTY actually had some pretty easy trades. Good stuff. We'll take a look in a sec, though. What else? SMCI. My goodness. Yeah, they had trades. Wow. Yeah, they had a lot of trades. I mean, it's been a freaking busy day. It's nuts. YieldMax is crazy. It's a full-time job. It's time to quit my full-time job and cover YieldMax. Ready? All right, anyway, what do we got? MSTY, buy, call, sell, put, buy, call, sell, put. All right, so they're adding more money. More money's coming into the fund. They're adding to the synthetic. Which synthetic? 420, all right? You go to the strike price, you could see 420, your favorite holiday. And then they're selling calls, okay, on the 1800. They chose the 435, great. And that's for this week. And then what are they doing? What are they doing? Well, they're selling calls and they're buying them back. Selling calls, buying back. So they're kind of like lowering. And this tells me, again, what the hell do I know? I'm just guessing. I just assume things, right? This tells me maybe they hit their target for the week. So they'll sell the calls, right? They had 470. So they'll take what they can get out of that, but they're going to buy a lower call to take advantage maybe of more upside, right? Maybe they think there's more upside potential in the week. I don't know. That's one of them right there. Same thing here. They're selling the 475, buying the 465. And then they're selling more calls. Again, this is not from the synthetic. This is probably just from leftover synthetics that they didn't use. They're selling the 440 right there. Same thing here. Short sell call, 440. And then they're selling... one of the long calls, they made 124, but they're selling the 480, and then they're dropping that to 465. I know that's a lot of info, and I kind of covered way too much on this page, but, it is what it is. Trying to make sense of it. It's hard. All right, so synthetic-wise, they added, right? They added to the synthetic. They did not add to the 390, though. The last add to 390 was May 13th. What the hell? What is today? May 13th. Wait a second. Oh no, did I screw up? Hold on, let me go back here. Buy call 1,800, they added to the 420. Yep, I screwed up, buddy. Whoops. My bad, dudes. All right. I'm going to fix it right now. Give me a sec. Okay, so there is 1,000. This should be okay. All right. Sorry. Had baseball practice last night. Got home. Probably rushed it. I was getting y'all to eat dinner. You know how it goes, right? All right, so let me repeat myself. Here we go. The synthetic 390 was not touched. It was untouched. The last trade was on May 5th. There you go. Very, very professional there. They still have the 82,000 contracts, which should match the holdings. I might as well check that now. Make sure I'm not screwing anything else up. Yep, 82,000 right there. Good, we match up. Boom. Beautiful thing. All right, so moving on from the 390, 420, your favorite holiday again. Here's the 1,000 contracts and the 800 contracts. So again, when they add to the synthetic, you could pretty much guess new money is coming in, right? New money. More people are buying into MSTY. And to be honest, that's not a surprise because if you're out there on the internets of the internets, people are talking about it. It's becoming very, very popular. And of course that, helps my channel, which, I'm very grateful of. But anyway, so they added to the synthetic 420. MSTR is at 421. So this expires when? June 20th, 38 days away. So no reason to talk about it any further. So let's just go to the weeklies, all right? Let's go to the weeklies tab. That's where all the magic happens. So yesterday, what happened? We covered a lot of it looking at the intraday trades, but MSTR had a really good day. They went up 4.13%. You see that right here, right? MSTY, they captured 3.43%. Now, they, of course, cappity do that, right? But not that bad, right? That's pretty good, capture on the upside. It's not like what you're going to see on some of these others that I cover. So I'm pretty happy with that, that capture rate there. Now let's look to the actual trades and see what they did. Let me get the proper zoomage here for you guys. Let's see. So if I scroll to the top, so they were basically, the credit call spread that they do where they sell a call and buy a call. They were selling the buy calls. So here you see they sold this. They got $1.36 credit, $1.36 credit, right? Here they got $1. Oh, I didn't color it. Not like it matters. $1.24 credit, right? Right there. And then $1.24 credit. Again, try to keep it color coordinated. I know probably no one gives a crap, but I think it looks better that way. And then scrolling, oh my God, I forgot this one too. Another $1.24 credit, because again, they're selling their calls, and they're cashing out what they can, and they're buying at a lower strike, hoping that they can capture, more upside possibly, right? That's my thinking, but what the hell do I know? So what else? Let's see. All right, so right here they got the $1.52 credit on that one. And then, all right, so then we get to May 13th, right? So May 13th, yesterday, here's the sold calls, 1,800, right? That's the new money contracts, 435 strike, 3.18% out of the money. And then you go here, these are two buy calls, all right? They're just buying a 465 and a 465, okay, all good. And then here's where they sold another 1,000 contracts. Did they sell another 1,500? They did 1,000 and then 1,500. Again, very unusual day in the process. Yes, 1,000 and 1,500. So, sorry for flicking back and forth. I got to make sure I get my crap right. And this is when I do it, right? On your dime. But anyway, so they chose a 440, 4.36% out of the money. And that expires this Friday on May 16th. And here's a big one. They bought a call 465. So 465 is pretty much the number. I know MSTR is only at 421, but I think they're prepping like if MSTR were to jump, say 10% today, 5%, something big, they may just sell it right away. Sell these 465s, capture, what they can on the upside, and then open new positions. But, we'll see what today brings. All right, so outstanding share-wise, every day, we're going to see an increase every freaking day, man. Another 3.7 million. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, guys. I don't know if it was you. That's an increase of 2.25%. And here's the recap up above. 30-day IV, 71%. Outstanding shares, 168,175,000. Total net income. Unfortunately, it's a loss. $56 million loss on the weeklies. Why? Well, we know why. Cappity-doo-dah. It's a covered call fund on MSTR, and MSTR is blowing up because Bitcoin's blowing up. So, good luck, right? Good luck. But don't worry, we got synthetics. All right, let's go to the MSTR funds. All right. So on this tab, we look at several things. One of which is, did MSTR buy Bitcoin? And the other day I missed it on May 12th. Thank you for the commenter, someone said it. They bought another 13,390 Bitcoin. They are now at 568,840 Bitcoin. That is 568,840, more than me. So, yeah, man. But again, if we keep buying MSTR, we can be a part of it, man. We could be a part of, their Bitcoin dominance in the freaking market. It's just so crazy. All right, so anyway, MSTR, we saw it went up 4.13%. MSTY captured 3.43%. And I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty happy with that, right? IMST, I mean, not good, man. Not good. I probably should have checked if they had like an ex-dividend date. But yeah, I gotta keep my eye on that. Because before I bash them too much, maybe I should have made sure of that. But they only if they didn't, man, they only captured 0.08%. But that's not a surprise, because what? Because they freaking capped. They've been capped, man. So obviously MSTY beat IMST. And I gotta blow my nose, of course, mid-video, yay. But I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry, I'll just sniffle the whole time. MST is not updating, I'm sorry. It'll get there. Reaction. This is me telling the market to please slow the hell down, all right? You're killing us here, all right? We love the upside, right? But just do it a little slower, please. All right, anyway, Group D declares in 21 days on June 4th. All right, payment information. They did not cash out any synthetics, so no change there, really. They just added to the synthetics. So we got 64 mil in synthetics. We lost about 56 mil in the weeklies from Capity Doodah. So we got about 7.9 mil, which brings in about 5 cents per share. All right. So can we use the Rodometer? No, because the weeklies aren't weekly in. And if we look at the IV, that's a 71% IV. Not terrible, but that would pay $1.31 per share, which, you know, that's not what people want to hear. People want $4, right? People want $4. What they got last time? They got $2.37. I'm sorry, they want 3, not 4. Let me slow my roll. All right, so let's move on. All right, so holding information. Y'all ready for this? All right. Why am I doing that? Well, you'll see in a second. All right, synthetics, 390, 420. Yep, whatever. And then look at this. Here we go. Oh boy. Scatter-doo-doo. All right, scatter-do. What's going on here? Yeah, I'd say they're selling calls. The lowest strike, 417.50. That's in the money, unfortunately. That's a 0.97% in the money. Everything else is actually out of the money. All right, so we have a 417.50, and then we have what? A 422.50, a 425, a 430, a 435, a 440, a 445, a 447.50, a 450, and a 455. The highest strike is 455, and it's 7.92% out of the money. Are any of these safe? No, absolutely not. And then we got buy calls. Again, a lot of 465s. You see they purchased a whole bunch, you know? So, and as, Scott from Title, he said, when he buys the calls, he does not expect them to get in the money, right? He's not expecting it to go above 465. But he does sometimes expect MSTR to have a quick upside, right? Which means he will cash these out earlier in the week, capturing, a lot of that upside in the time value that's still left over. Again, hopefully I explained that right. But if I didn't, I will, say it better later. Again, I'm learning as I go too. Just keep that in mind. Even an old dog can learn new tricks, right? But anyway, for real though, I think it was nice to hear him say that, because I always bust chops on this. I'm like, yeah, 10% away from helping, right? 10% away from helping. But in reality, if today MSTR jumps up, yeah, we can make some money on the 465. Of course, yeah, we're going to lose if they close out these sold calls. But, it's like the insurance. It's the butt buddy. It's the this. It's the that. All right, so let's move on. Synthetic-wise, yeah, we're making bank, bro. All right, so this is why I was singing that song. Are you ready? All right. $4 billion. They did it. They made it. They're big time now. MSTY Fund is 4 freaking billion. 4 billion. Can I have one of those? Just throw me a bill. Come on. Throw me a fraction of a bill, right? Anyway, the NAV is $23.91. The trade price is $23.85. All right, so how about their synthetic? Well, it's worth about $1.71 per share. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. Hell yeah. All right, synthetic contracts total 95,315. How many of them are selling calls? 79%, 75,550. And now, how many of those sold calls have a butt buddy attached to them? 70%, or 53,300. All right. So that's the update on the MSTY. And hopefully that made sense for all of you. So let's move on to IMST. They actually did something. Good job, IMST. You got out of that disaster of a position. I forget I think, what was it, like a 350? And they think they rolled it to, I don't know which one's which. I don't have a screen print of whatever yesterday was. But now they have a 410 and a 435. The 410 is in the money. It's 2.75% in the money. So that's a goner already. But MSTR, I think it was red, so they may be okay on that, actually. And that expires this week, May 16th. They have a 435, 3.18% out of the money. That one's actually in a good spot. But we'll see. You know, they could get burnt as well. We don't know. They have the synthetics chilling, 370, 390. We'll see how that all plays out. MST just hanging out. What's going on, MST? Yeah. All right, so what do we got here? We got buy call, sell call, okay. And we got what? Swappity-doo-dah. Hey, it was swappity-doo-dah. You know, see these swap things? Now we're going to see these in MSTY, I guess. Yeah, man. I guess I got to learn more about swaps because I don't really know crap about them. But anyway, I guess it's a way to capture exposure to the underlying. So they buy a call. How many contracts up here? It's hard to... 877. And then down below, all right, so they have a buy call there. And then they bought another call, 856. But those they're selling calls on, okay? So, yeah. But whatever, man. Yeah. I'm moving on here. All right, so that's the update on MST. Oh, the sold calls, I'm sorry, they do expire Friday. 3% of the money, and the other one is pretty much at the money. But let's move on. We got a lot to cover here. Let's go. We're done with MSTY. We're done with MSTR stuff. All right, TSLY, yeah. I mean, too much, man. I got to take a sip of water. Hold on. All right, TSLY's declaring today. Clearly declaring. It's Group A. Group A is declaring. What did they do yesterday? Well, Tesla decided to go to the freaking moon, all right? It's not slowing down, unfortunately, but what did they do? Buy the close call. Oh, boy. Here we go. They're closing at 312. They're closing at 315. They're closing at 312. They're closing at 312. They're closing at 315. They're closing at 312. They're closing early because they're not sure if this is going to end, so they probably just want to close out the pain, capture more upside, just in case. So they took the hit, $34 million hit, right? Through selling the weeklies, getting out of the weeklies, opening new positions, right? Various positions. They have the new position, 355, 6% out of the money. New position, 355, 6% out of the money. Again, same thing, 355, 355. That's the going trend here. And then here's the 350, 4% out of the money. So not much scattery-doo-dah there, but let's go to the TSLY file and see how you doing. All right, here, what is the damage? Let's see, here we go. All right, Tesla, that's it. It only went up 4.7%. TSLY went up 2.6%. So, yeah, I think they were already cappity-doo-dah. So yesterday put the nail in the coffin, and they really only captured 55%. So that's very unfortunate. Again, having like crazy weeks like this is what we don't want. This is what scares me with covered call ETFs. It's not the bear market. What do you think about these in the bear market? I'm fine with these in the bear market. They sell covered calls. They win. But on the upside, on a bull market, am I worried? A little bit, because I want the bull market to be slow. You know, I don't want it to do this. It went ape. But anyway, let's take a look at their synthetics. They have a 270. Bank, bro. And that's the majority synthetic, all right? 25,000 contracts. They also have a 320. That's a smaller position, and that's doing well too, because Tesla's at 334, all right? Their synthetics expire July 18th, and that's the end of the synthetic conversation. All right, so what about their calls? What else is open for the rest of the week? Again, we have 3 trading days. They have 5 strike prices, 317.50 all the way up to 355, which goes 4.96% in the money all the way up to 6.27% out of the money. So, I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? Tesla, it's got to chill out soon, right? I mean, it's crazy. Crazy. All right. The value of the TSLY fund is a 1.1 bill. You know, they're inching more and more above that 1 bill spot. So hopefully they stay there. However, tomorrow is ex-dividend day. So you know the fund will drop by the amount of the distribution, which could bring it back under a bill if you care. Probably no one cares, but, you know, it's just information. The NAV is 961. The trade price is 962. I'm sure most people are trying to see this sucker above $10 again. Synthetic bailout. What's the synthetic worth per share? Right now on paper, it's worth $1.58, which is awesome. This is awesome. All right, 30-day IV, 59%. That's not bad. Right? Not bad. IV estimate based on that, 44 cents. Income estimate, negative. It's in the negative, right? Because they closed their weeklies. Group A declares today. And then after that, June 11th. All right? Sound good? Great. Let's move on. All right, up next is your boy Nvidia. More rain. Okay. And I'm probably running super freaking late. I got to get my ass moving here. All right. I hit snooze, man. I got to stop hitting snooze. Okay. What the hell? What intonation? Yeah, Nvidia, man. Or Nvidia. Buy to close. Same thing, man. All right. They're closing the 120. They're closing the 120. They're closing the 121. The 120. The 119. The 121. And the 120. Overall value, they lost about $69 million in closing out the weeklies. They did open new positions, obviously. Their new positions looks like a 133, 2% out of the money. A 134, that's 3% out of the money. A 134 again, and a 132, only 1.59% out of the money. A 130, what the hell? Only 0.05% out of the money. 133, 2.36% out of the money, and then a 132, 1.59% out of the money. Okay, so let's take a look at the holding information. So overall, yesterday, Nvidia did go up 5.33%, and unfortunately, Nvidia was not ready for all that. It only went up 2.82%, so it captured about 52%. What's our number? Typically 80%. So we no soup for you, basically. All right. Synthetic wise, well, if they're losing their ass on the weeklies, you can imagine the synthetic is doing well. They have a 110 and a 120. Again, sitting pretty good. Nvidia's at 129. But again, these expire July 18th. You know, let's leave these alone. All right. Let's stop talking about them. Let's focus on the weeklies. Let's try to win the weeklies. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, we got 4 strikes. We got a 130, a 132, 133, 134. The 130 is 0.05% out of the money. That's the lowest strike. The highest strike is 134, and that's 3.13% out of the money. Nvidia pre-market, from what I remember, it did look red, so that may be okay for whatever we got left. The value of the Nvidia fund is 1.4 bill. The NAV is 1632. Trade price, same thing. Synthetics are worth 205 on paper, so that's nice. Very nice. But again, they expire in July. We're in freaking May. All right, so anyway, 30-day IV, 50%. IV estimate based on that, 64 cents. Income estimate, $1.33. That's a beautiful thing, especially when Group B declares when? Next week. 7 days away on May 21st, all right? Hey, CONY heads, we made it. You made it, CONY heads. Did CONY have trades? I'll let you guess. Yeah, of course. Did I add them up? Probably not. Oh, I did. Okay. I didn't add the SMCI and PLTY, though. But whatever. I don't care at this point. All right. What are they doing? Buy to close. Buy to close. Purple alert. They're closing a freaking synthetic 200. And they made bank. 99 million. Holy crapola. All right, they're moving it to a 250. All right, 250. Freaking June 20th. Come on, you couldn't do July 18th. Come on, man. Come on, Cletus. No, I'm just kidding. We know the reason. All right, let's see. Buy to close. They're closing weeklies. Yeah, man, they're closing weeklies. So they did a synthetic bailout, and they closed some weeklies and got their... they got a little whooped right there. Buy to close. And then they're closing another synthetic 200. Okay. So I don't know if they closed the synthetic 200 fully, right? So call they made another 22 million there. And then, again, closing out the weeklies. Let's see on the bottom. Overall... it was a debit, though, so overall loss. So I think they closed out most of the weeklies and then maybe cashed out some of the synthetic, all right? But, yeah, there's a lot there. So let's just get to the spreadsheet. All right, what did you do to your coin? I don't know. I got to stop saying that, but it's in my head now. Go watch Coin Heads if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's freaking hilarious. All right, Coin. All right, bro. You know, Coin... what's wrong with you? I know you got added to the S&P 500, but chill out, man. You're killing us here. 19% gain in one day. Like, really, bro? Really? You going to do that to us? All right. Well, CONY was able to capture half of that. It went up 9.8%. 50% capture. Again, very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Coin is at 256, all right? So, obviously... yeah, so the 200, they only closed some of it. That's why you didn't see an overall, realized income. If they cashed out all the 200, probably, obviously, and some of the 250, maybe you see a lot more gain there. But anyway, the 250 is at the money, though, so they're not going to close that. I think they just created that, actually. So they closed some of the 200 and added it to the 250. Both of them, they expire on June 20th, so we'll see how all that plays out. Now, let's see what we got left over. Are we in a good spot, at least, for the rest of the week? Well, they got 4 strikes. Scattered-y-doo? Kind of. Not really. Maybe. We'll see. But the lowest strike is 255. That's 0.74% in the money, unfortunately. The highest strike is 265. That's 3.15% out of the money. So, again, those can get blown through as well. But we'll see how this week goes. The value of CONY, yeah, it's over $1 bill. 1.1 bill. The NAV is 858, trade price 857. Synthetic-wise, they're worth, on paper, $1.41 per share still. 30-day IV, 67% IV. Estimate based on that, 45 cents. Income estimate so far, this is realized income, recognized income that actually happened, right? 51 cents. Group C's declares when? Not this week, not next week, but the week after, 14 days away on May 28th. All right, SMCY, which the underlying is SMCI. Yeah, of course they had trades. Why the hell not? Let's say everyone had freaking trades, right? Buy to close put. All right, freaking purple alert. What the heck did they do? Empty value. What the hell? All right. It looks like some type of early assignment maybe at the top, so we'll skip through that. So here's synthetic-wise. They're closing a 36 and a 31 synthetic, it looks like. And then, well, the 36 may be a forced closure. And then the 46,000 where they closed the 31, that was a purpose closure right there. And they moved it to a 36. Okay, so 36 looks to be the new synthetic. The old synthetic, they made about 39 mil on the call, so that's pretty good. Here's some buy to closes, lost a little money there. Buy to close here, lost a little money there, lost a little money there. I didn't do the subtotal. Not sure if you guys care, but fine, I'll do it. I don't know, man. Actually, I probably can't do it. Can I? That's the starting point. Right? And you got to do like a colon. Not a colonoscopy, a colon. Where the frick are there more? I need more characters. There you go. And then you put the bottom one. Hopefully it works. God damn it. All right. I-263 I239. Okay? 239, 263. Two three nine 263. Close parentheses. Done. There you go. $10 million they made yesterday. Okay, great. Was that worth all that trouble? Probably not. But in case you guys wanted to know, they did make $10 million overall. Let's just get to the freaking file at this point. All right. This video is going on way too long. SMCI went up 13.81%. Good Lord, can these freaking stocks slow the hell down? Man, oh man, don't they know we're selling weeklies, covered call ETFs? We can't keep up with this, man. SMCY, what'd they capture? Only 7.34%. So that's 53% of the upside, man. Phew. All right, synthetic-wise, they got a 36. Again, that's like the new position that they just made. SMCI is at 38. All right, so what the hell is going on here? Again, I think they got assigned early, so I'm going to ignore that 3 contracts right there. And then they're selling calls. Did they do next week? They did not. Okay, it's just a different, just the gap in strikes. All right, so they're selling calls. They got a 37.50. That's 3.57% out of the money. They got a 39. That's essentially at the money. And then they got a 41. That's 5.43% out of the money. But at least they got a little butt buddy in between, like a little sandwich there, buy call sandwich, $40. You know, so that's there to protect it a little further because SMCI, you know, we saw the pre-market, man. We're like, what is going on? What's going on? All right, so anyway. The value of the fund is 168 mil. The NAV is 1884. Trade price 1881, and the synthetic is worth $1.51 on the paper. 30-day IV 70.36%. We like that. IV estimate based on that $1.02. Income estimate. We love this $1.65. Group D declares in 21 days. Well, because they just did. That's on June 4th. And they may have a nice payment next time around. All right, up next, your boy PLTY, one of the most powerful funds for sure. What did they do? A lot. But let's go to their freaking trades. I know we got a lot of stuff going on here. It's a lot of information overload. Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to skip the subtotal part, but let's just see what they did real quick. Buy, call, sell, put. All right, so they're adding to the 115 synthetic, and then they're closing the call here. 121. They got whooped on that. They're closing on 124. They're closing on 120. So I guess, yeah, they got a little whooping too. And what are they doing, though? They're open new positions. 134, new strike. That's what? 4% out of the money. 135, 5% out of the money. 134. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Not much more to say there. Closing calls. Right? Buy to close calls, add in new ones. Why? Probably to capture more upside, but we'll see. Yeah, man, unfortunately, it's an ass whooping this week. Palantir went up 7.3%. PLTY only went up 4.44%. We were not ready for this, man. 59% capture. I guess it's better than 50. All right, so synthetic-wise, yeah, of course we're going to be in a great spot, right? We got 115. That expires July 18th. But again, Palantir's at 128. If Palantir keeps going up, yeah, of course, they could roll it up. Just use the same, date, use the July 18th expiration. Just move the strike price up, cash out a little, and we'll see. All of them could do that, obviously. So what's left over? All right, I need a sip of water. 4 strike prices. 126, which is 1.64% in the money. The other 3 are out of the money. 132, 134, 135, 3, 4, and 5% out of the money. Are they safe? Let's say no. Nothing is really safe in this freaking market. The value of the fund, though, is 359 mil. The NAV is an insane 70.74. Trade price 70.65. I mean, the synthetic, look at that, 774 it's worth. Good God, that's insane. 30-day IV, 59%. IV estimate based on that, 322. Income estimate is 1604. Again, if Palantir wasn't blowing up so fast, we would even have more money overall, right? But oh, great, no connection. Thank you. Thank you for that. Group B declares in 7 days next week. So that's the update, man. That's the freaking update on all the YieldMax funds. So what happens now? First of all, time check, 5:54. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna do my options update real quick. But for those of you that don't care about my options update, before you click off, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. All right, so let's go to my options update. What's going on? All right, let me get through here. Nothing new on MSTY. TSLL. Yesterday, probably shouldn't have done this. I sold 2 calls, my last 2 calls. So I got every single covered call. I mean, every single share is making me money. I sold a 16 and a 17. At the time, 20 and 19% out of the money. Now they're 13 and 20. Wait, as the money 20. How is it more out? How is this one less out of the money? This one's more. Oh, it's probably, it's because of the time of entry. All right, never mind. All right, so anyway, I sold a call 16 and 17. What did I get? 10 cents and 12 cents, $10, $12, 63% yield and 71% yield. But to be honest, maybe it's not even worth it. Because if TSLL keeps going up, these all could be cappity doodah, right? But we'll have to keep an eye on TSLL. I got all kinds of calls now. I got a 9, which we know that one's in Schitt's Creek. I'm going to have to roll that today, actually, if that has any fighting chance left over. If not, that one's going to be bye-bye. Then I got a 950. I mean, that thing's a goner too, probably. I'll try to roll it today. If I can get a credit, I'll do it. And then I got two at $10. That's a goner too. That's 29% in the money. And TSLL, we saw the pre-market, it's going up. But again, I'll try to roll it into next week. Maybe, I don't know, maybe even further, maybe 2 weeks out. We'll see. Or I'll just let it go and move on. You know, let it be. Let it be. One thing I'm going to start doing, since TSLL is not slowing down, I'm going to sell more puts. I should have done one yesterday, and I didn't. But I'm going to sell more puts. That way, I don't give a damn about the upside as much because I'm collecting premium on the way up as well. So, again, I don't want to linger any longer because this video has been dragging. But what else we got? So, for TNA, I sold a call, my last call in TNA as well. So, I'm all locked in. Every single share is making money. I sold a 34 strike, 9%. Well, it was 10% out of the money at the time. 10 cents, $10, 27% yield. Delta was 0.1. And then I sold puts. I said, you know what? I'm going to sell puts. And this is what I should have done on TSLL as well, but I didn't because it was up too high and I got scared. But here we are today, and TSLL is continuing to go up. So, again, stupid me. But TNA, I sold a 29 put and a 30 put. Great. You know, Delta's 0.15, 0.26. I made $18 and $36, 52% yield and 100% yield. So again, just the overall update. The moral of the summary is I got 500 shares of TNA. All of them have covered calls on them. I have 900 shares of TSL. Every single one has covered calls on them. We'll see what happens. You know, every contract expires the end of this week. Some could expire worthless. Some I will have to roll. Some I will definitely have to try to roll. And then we'll see how it goes, though. But again, this is the position I'm okay to be in because I want to make income, right? Am I cappity doodah? Yeah, on some. On all of them, I hope not. But yeah, we'll see how it ends up. That's my update on my options trading. Sorry to cut it a little short, but I got to get my ass moving and go to work. So as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, please come back tomorrow and we will do our damnedest, right? Maybe we won't hit snooze. Maybe I won't be rushed. Well, I won't be rushed because I work from home tomorrow, right? Work from home. I don't have an hour drive in the middle of the work, right? I don't have to get dressed up, you know, like a minion, right? To sit in a freaking cubicle. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that topic. Maybe a commute video today. You never know, man. You never know. I might do one. What else? That's it, man. That's it. I don't know. The interview, man, that video is kicking ass. So thank you guys for watching it. And some of you watched it multiple times. Thank you very much for sharing it. You guys are freaking awesome, right? My channel would not be crap without all of you, and I'm not that, dumb enough to realize that, I have to recognize that this, especially Misty Mafia, man, you guys are freaking, you're killing it. You're helping me left and right. So obviously for you guys, I'll try to get more interviews with Jay and Scott, because I know that's what you guys want. Definitely in the summer, for sure. The next one will be in the summer after baseball season. I'll do another one. But, do you guys like the during the day one, or would you prefer like 5 p.m.? Just, let me know in the comments down below. All right. Anyway, guys, I said it's not financial advice, right? So if you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, concerns, leave them down below. Outside of that, I got nothing except the keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. What's the keyword? I don't even have one. But you know what? Let's make it a shout out. Shout out. I did a post on this, but I'll do it on the video as well, and I'll put the link to the top of my comments. I'll link it to the top. ETF Inspector. This is a new YouTuber. He just came out. He's kind of like me. He waits till his family is sleeping. He does it at night, though. I do it in the morning. And he does what he's doing. He's basically trying to cover the ones I don't. And he's working hard, obviously. He's doing his videos late at night. And he's covering ULTI in a separate video, and then a bunch of other YieldMaxes in another video. So what are we going to do? We're going to go to his channel. We're going to show him some love, all right? I think he has 100-something subscribers. Let's get him to 1,000. What do you think? Let's get him to 1,000 by when? End of month? Can we do it? Misty Mafia can do it. That's for damn sure. So anyway, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the keyword. The keyword today is shout out to the ETF Inspector. And then go click on his YouTube. Show him some love. Say, what's up? Right? Invade his comments with, what's up? I'm sure, again, any comment is a good comment. That's what I say. But anyway, that's the keyword today. It's shout out to the ETF Inspector. ETF Inspector, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. I know it's hard in the beginning. I get it. I get the struggle. But I'm here. If I could help any other YouTubers that are hardworking, I am happy to. Again, we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same team. And let's do this. So if you guys want to see coverage on the other funds, go check him out, man. Go check him out. All right, I'm out of here. Got to get my ass moving. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Peace.